about y'all, but I'm so fed up and so tired with this rainbow brow stuff. So I'm just gonna see if anybody's gonna come in, pop in, see what's going on. As I said, there wasn't much warning for this because I didn't know if I'd be going live or not. Streamlabs was not working last night. I tried again and again. Hello. Tried again and again today and nothing. And then all of a sudden, I'm sitting here and I'm like, I'm going to try it again. And it worked, so I'm happy. I'm unprepared. I have absolutely no makeup on my face. I didn't even put my fake tooth in. So again, I apologize. I'm self-conscious about it. Please don't read me to filth. But how are you doing today? Shanoa, I'm sorry. My eyes... I mowed my grass today. And I always listen to music when I'm mowing. Oh, that is so kind. No tooth, no makeup. Oh, thank you. And it's so bad though, because then my iPhone gets covered with dust and dirt and everything. So then on this Streamlabs, the chat is so small, I can't read. So I hope you're having a great day. And I'm just getting notification. Nick's going live. Darn you, Nick. Somebody should tweet Nick and just tell him to come on over here instead. I haven't talked to him forever. I've been so out of the loop. But, that's the other bit that ticked me off to no extreme. Why does Jackie Aina get away with saying half the stuff? Oh, you are beautiful and I hear you. I have put on so much weight over the winter, and before that, everybody would give me a hard time about being underweight, even though there was nothing I could do about it at the time. I have psoriasis over 80% of my entire body, and you know what? There are still days where it's just like, damn, I feel fine today. But yeah, Jackie Aina and the crud she was saying about Nick. But yet, heaven forbid anybody say she's Prejudice. Because then you're just white and racist, even though I'm not fully white. But anyway, I'm white presenting, so I'm the bad guy apparently. So, yeah, Jackie Aina, ever since that whole Petty Page, well, actually, even before the Petty Page thing, she got under my skin. And lately, there is just no end. But, oh well, I'll have to tweet Nick later and say, I even went live without a tooth and you missed it. I should have worn my tooth, take it out just for him, but, yeah, Jackie Aina and her tweets, Lord... And all her stands, it's like, oh, she's not Prejudice. I know, right? I can't say 100%. There's suspicions that I have some Native. My husband has Native, so even though my boys are like pasty white, blonde hair, blue eyes, they have Native blood. But, mine, it hurts so bad, and I usually don't go out in public without my tooth, but it has been a day. But yeah, like I have black in my family. I'm of Romanian descent, which is considered almost like East Indian, I think. So yeah, I have more non-white in me than white, but blonde hair. Her tooth, yeah. It's a sexy look. But, yeah, this Twitter these last few days has just, I tell you what, but it is funny because my Siri on my phone, if I try to say the hey and the name with my tooth in, it recognizes it, but lots of times without my tooth, it won't recognize me. But for a while it was opposite, but who knows? I know, right? Yeah, like my grandfather on my father's side looked very Romanian. Dark skin, black hair, green eyes. My father, dark skin, black hair, green eyes. So, all these people that just want to be so quick to assume that all of us whites are just such horrible people. And I usually don't talk about stuff like this because it's so controversial, right? Like, you have to be so careful what you say about everything lately. And it's one of those things that's getting on my nerves. And I don't know. I just shake my head. And this rainbow brow bull crap. Like, seriously, people. You're going to go on a snitty rampage about, oh, I didn't get credit, when you got credit. Are we for real? Seriously? And if anybody thinks anything that they do right now is original, they are out to lunch. I said it on Twitter earlier. I had done a video, and I loved the video. I did a full, hi Emily, I did a full face using nothing but samples or, the samples that I'd get with my Sephora orders and whatnot. And cool, I loved the video. Add me on Twitter. Absolutely. We do have a lot in common. Absolutely. Feel free. Send me a message so I don't forget to add you on Twitter. But I loved that video. I had fun doing that video. I got interaction from a lot of the people I watch. And then it was not even a month later, Tati did a video doing a full face of samples. And you know what? I commented on her video and I said, I love your take on this. I did a similar video and I love your video. That is it. I did not go on to Twitter saying how I invented it, how I created it, how I was the only one in the world who had done it. And whatever. Like I said on Twitter, do I think Tati knows who I am? No. I am not even a blip on her radar. Why would she think that she would have to credit me? Like, I admit, I do not do a search before I post every video I do. I just don't. I have an idea. If I'm inspired by somebody, I do mention it. Or if it's a collab, I do mention it. But otherwise, I think it came out of my brain and I post it and I run with it. But you know what? If somebody said, hey, you know what? Your full face of, I don't think you should have to give anyone credit personally. I'm 50-50 on that. If it's a direct, like if I am duplicating a look, I think I should credit that look. Especially if I get a lot of hype from my post, which, let's face it, that's not going to happen. But yes, I should give credit. But honestly, like, and to see the people that are up in arms, and then it's not, they're not just up in arms about the rainbow brows, because that's not enough. Now let's drag race into it, like anybody mentioned that in the beginning. Are you serious? When did it become, if you have a problem with something someone does, and you voice your opinion on that, you're against not the idea or the opinion, you're against their whole race. The level of, I'm going to have to make up a word, snowflakedness blows my mind. I will never understand it. I don't get it at all. And like, to what extreme are we expected to go? So I said on Twitter, like, I'm going to do a toothless tea time. Should I have searched that first to make sure nobody else did that? And then say I found 50 people that did that. Should I then mention all 50 people in my drop down? Because 50 people had done it? Like, at what lengths, to what extreme do we have to take this? When I was doing all my post-secondary and I had to do reports, papers, whatever, I cited the source that I took information from. I didn't go back eons and eons and eons to the age of the caveman to give credit to everybody. Like, Lord have mercy. Like, I'm a geologist. Can you only imagine how many people have talked about, like, the Cambrian formation? Hi, Rox. Big hugs. I apologize to everyone already, but I'm sorry. I don't have my tooth in. I'm just fired up. I gotta take my seatbelt off. I'm not driving. I'm fired up, and I was just... Oh, and wearing my Dustin Daily. I love you too, Rox. Okay, if there is anybody in here who is not following Rox, get on it. Rox is one of the most sincere people I know. I have never met her in person, but I love her like a sister. When she's down, I feel down, and she is just so supportive, and even on days, she can make you smile. Rox, I love you so much. Oh, and I just realized when I did that, my boys got stickers at school today for being good on the bus, and they stick their stickers on. Oh, I love the love. Is that cheesy? I love the love. So why can't there be more of this love in the entire community? Seriously. Instead of going off on, oh my God, somebody copied my look. You know what? What's a video I've done? Say somebody did a video and they called it brand banter on Gerard Cosmetics, like I've done. Aw, I love you, Rox. Same title, same everything. Say they had the same thoughts in their video. My reaction as a mature adult would be, I would message them first if they hadn't given credit and just said, hey, do you mind? And you know what? If they blocked me, whatever. Really? Am I out anything? Because chances are, if somebody wants to watch their video and they type in brand banter, guess what? Some of my videos are probably going to come up, and they might watch some of my videos and decide to stay. I'm not out anything. And I said this before, like, if somebody came on my video, say somebody came on my video and said, hey, you know, by the way, I've done this video before, and say I hadn't even seen the video, and say they had 5 subscribers. You know what I would do? I would change it and say, hey, I hadn't seen this before in my description box, but hey, check them out. Because you know what? What do I have to lose by shouting somebody else out? I'll wait. If I thought I had anything to lose by shouting out other creators, I wouldn't do it in every video I do, or near every video I do. It's all so childish. My new word, snowflakedness. I never realized how much I talk with a smile until you don't have your tooth in and you're looking. Rainbow anything has been done forever. I would be willing to bet. I should research this. I bet you if there's cave drawings that have color, somebody drew a rainbow. So what extent do we have to go back to credit? Throwing it out there. It's absolutely asinine. So yeah, that's what's had me fired up the last couple days. Jackie Aina and her blatant prejudice that nobody can call out because, heaven forbid, if you say one word, you're racist. And this goldarn... Oh, I don't curse. I want to. Rainbow brow BS. And I realized that the person that's causing all this posted a video. I haven't watched it yet. I plan on watching it once I'm done picking up kids from jiu-jitsu, and then picking up from ball, and then getting home, finishing supper, feeding everyone supper, giving everybody showers and baths, and then putting them to bed, and then I can maybe watch it. But I don't understand this rainbow eyebrow thing. Yes, it's out of control. You're a historian? That is so cool. Oh my gosh, Emily. That sounds, I'm such a nerd, but I would love that job. Like, I was a geologist, was my last position before I became a mom. And oh my gosh, so geologist, I did some commercial real estate. I did administrative work before that. In high school, I worked at a library all through high school, and that was by far my favorite job, I think, was working in a library. And even at home, like all my cookbooks and all my books, they're all alphabetized. My spices are alphabetized in my spice drawer. It's like OCD to the max. But oh my gosh, I would love a professional job as like a proofreader. Hire me for that for Twitter. That would be an awesome job. Actually, I got to mow my yard for the first time this year, and if I didn't have to worry about money, that would be a dream job for me. Finding people that have acreages and just mowing their yards. I don't know. Love it. Zone out, put my music in, think about what I gotta think about, vent in my head, come up with creative ideas, and go from there. But oh my gosh, I cannot wrap my head around it, because I've been in the same position where I'm the small person, somebody else does it, and I just cannot see myself going off. And I don't know, is it because I'm old? Uneducated mom. A mom is the most important job in the world. Do not underestimate that. The hardest job I've ever had is being a mom, by far. And the scariest thing about being a mom is there's no education that you can get to prepare yourself for the job. It's like, I had barely ever even babysat before I had my first, and then all of a sudden I'm holding this crying little person, and it's like, oh my God. So, and I've said it before a million times, my husband and I have this talk all the time. There is such a difference between book smarts and real life smarts. I remember, so as a geologist, I found oil and gas, and I would have to map all the formations. I don't know how to Cole's notes. My job, I played connect the dots and I colored a lot. That's the Cole's notes version. And I didn't have like all the past degree stuff. And we hired a new geologist at the company I was at. Now, he had all the letters behind his name, and he made sure he wore his pinky ring and all this kind of stuff, right? Fresh out of school. I never wore my pinky ring. I don't think I'll ever wear my pinky ring. But anyway, so he has his area, and he's supposed to plan, like, you got to find the oil and gas, where you're supposed to put the rig, all this kind of stuff, right? So he's doing all this, and he's a guy, and he's got his letters, and he's so important. Plans us all out. He gets the AFEs, gets all the approval for this well. We get a call from the field. Here, he wants to drill a well. There's a hill going down to a river. It's about a 45, and he's planned on putting this well right onto the side of this, because no real life smarts had no clue that this was not something you can do. And it's like, real life, books. He did everything by the book, but real life would have told him to do something more, if that makes sense at all. That should be a video I should do. I should do a makeup look based on my geology job. Bring in some logs and stratigraphic correlation maps and stuff. Oh my gosh. Yet most people still, when I'd walk into a lot of meetings and stuff, because it's a very male-dominated industry, you know, I was the dumb blonde, but I will do it, Rocks. I'm going to do it. I'm going to dig through my boxes and find some of my cross sections and stuff, and I'll do a geology-based look. But, Rocks, will you do the research? Did anybody else do a stratigraphic correlation eye look? And damn it, I'm going to search every day, and if anybody copies me, I'm going to pout, and I'm going to close my Twitter, and everybody had better raise hell for me. I do not mean to sound mean. I do not mean to sound cynical. There comes a point where you're looking at these feuds on Twitter and stuff, and it's just like, seriously, are we not out of grade school? Is it that I'm old? Is it because I'm old that I look at it differently? Because, I see this stuff, though, and I think back to when I was 19. When I was 19, I was working in commercial real estate, living on my own, paying my own bills, living in an apartment downtown Calgary by myself, and would have still had more sense. Who called you stupid, Rox? I have an issue with that. And it comes down to name calling. Again, I'm sorry, but if you name call, you've lost any argument. Yes, Calgary, that's the nearest big city to where I live. Them people. Yeah. Well, you saw in my messages my interaction with one of them people. Where do I live now? I live in a town called Okotoks, outside of Calgary. So still Alberta. You live in Camrose? Eerie. My husband's parents live in Viking, which is right outside of Camrose. So I'm through Camrose quite a bit. That's crazy. Small world. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Viking. Yeah. I tell you what, Viking has the best butcher shop. I will. Next time, make sure you find me on Twitter. And next time I'm through that way, we're going to do something. We'll get together. Viking has the best butcher shop because I live and breathe for beef jerky. And their butcher shop has the best jerky in all of Alberta and BC. And I say that from experience. Yes, Viking meats! They are amazing. My husband went to school with, do you know Yogi, who owns it? This is so eerie. Yeah, my husband went to school with some of them. This is so crazy. This blows my mind right now. This is hilarious. Viking has, what would Viking have? Maybe 200 people, 300 people kind of thing? Maybe more, but it is very tiny. Very tiny. Oh, the sausage is good. You grew up in Tofield. Oh my goodness. Okay, so you're obviously Albertan. Do you know where Grand Prairie is? That'll be, because there's skill testing questions after that. But if you know where Grand Prairie is, there'll be additional questions. That is so weird. Oh my gosh. Okay, so do you know where Grand Prairie is? Do you know where Beaver Lodge is? There's three, you've got two, well, you got the Grand Prairie. Let's see now. Do you know where Beaver Lodge is? There's a series of 3 questions here I'm leading up to. Because if you get to the third one, I'm really freaked out. Heard of it. Okay. So Beaver Lodge, home of the world's biggest beaver, I'll have you know, is where I went to high school. So my class ring that I wear all the time, which I can't get off, Beaver Lodge, that's Beaver Lodge Regional High School. So outside of way up north, Like way Beaver Lodge. Well, Beaver Lodge is what, 45 minutes, hour northwest of Grand Prairie. So then you go an hour and a half northwest of Beaver Lodge. There's a town with a population of 4 people. It used to be 4 people, and that's where I grew up. So yeah, when I make jokes that like I'm kind of like a bit of a hick and a redneck, yeah, come by it honestly. That's why I own a tractor and work on cars and stuff. This is so funny. Yes, it had a population of 4 when I grew up there. My mom, my dad, me, and my sister. The only reason it had a name was there was a gas plant there, and there was a school, and across the street from the school was a post office / store. But the only reason there was a school was there were so many small towns with populations around there, so I used to have to take a bus for half hour. Yes, I do my makeup in a tractor. Link the video down below. So like there was like Red Willow, Rio Grande, all these little towns. We all got bused to Elmworth School. But Elmworth School only went to grade 9. So then when you went to high school, you had to go to Beaver Lodge. Is it near an what's the abandoned mining town? I'm not sure I know an abandoned mining town. So yeah, if my boys ever get to that age where they complain about being on the bus for their 10-minute ride, I was on the bus for like 4 hours a day from like grade 10 to 12. So abandoned mining town is ringing a bell, but I can't think of the name of it right now. Are you thinking more up by Peace River maybe? But yeah, so anyway. Shit. Northern border. I wasn't right on the northern border. Like, you know, the shape of Alberta. South Cooking Lake. So the shape of Alberta. It's hard to... So where the little jag is, we're kind of straight across. Like I was right there. Like Fort St. John in BC is kind of straight across from where I was. So first basketball tournament of every year was in Fort St. John, BC. I used to get out of math class early to be able to get on the bus to Fort St. John for basketball. See, you know you're from Alberta when it's like, you know the shape of Alberta. Anybody else would be like, no. No clue. Oh my goodness. This is freaking me out. So cool. I'm so glad you're on my stream. It is oddly shaped. Like, I remember as a little kid wishing I lived in Saskatchewan because it was just, you know, a rectangle. Oh yeah, Alberta. Everybody from Alberta. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Yes. So anyway, needless to say, a lot of the people I grew up with, if they knew that I was on YouTube, let alone like a beauty channel, their head would explode. Because growing up, I was that chick fighting in bars and going hunting and had a gun rack in the back window of my 67 Chevy Malibu, like. So yeah. But, oh my gosh. Well, you have cheered me up. I know. I haven't told very many people in real life what I do, right? But, oh my gosh, you made my day. I came in here so fired up about rainbow frickin' brows and Jackie Aina BS. And now I'm giddy in a almost freaked out way. Because I always start out with all the questions, right? Anybody I meet, it's like, they're like, oh, where are you from? And it's like, oh, nobody's going to know. So it's like, okay, you got to narrow it down. Usually it's like, okay, Edmonton. Okay, 4 hours north of there is Grand Prairie. From Grand Prairie is like Beaver Lodge. But, yeah, that's funny. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I've got a few ideas actually going back. Well, not you couldn't pay me to go back there now, but anyway, that's all family drama. Which, speaking of, yes, again, so my son turned 8 on May 2nd. Still no phone call from my mother or anything, so isn't that nice? Haven't heard from her since October, her or my sister, so yeah. But yeah, I was going through oh my gosh. Can you rev your car engine? Can you want me to rev my car engine? You know what, Rox? I was a hooligan, and there's no denying it. I remember Bart and I talking about kids, and he's like, I want girls. And I was like, oh, Lord have mercy. I know what girls are like. I don't want girls. Yes, exactly, right? Like, if you're born in Alberta, there's probably a very, very high chance that you have some native in you. Rev my car engine. Good for you. Yeah. Oh my gosh. But yeah, no, I was a hooligan. I was, yeah, I was trouble. But the funny thing is, the difference between my sister and I, right? Like, I was trouble in the sense that, I might sneak out, I'd get into fighting bars or at bush parties or whatever. But I was never mean or hurtful. Revving many time. I only revved it that one time for you, dude. Sorry. The premium costs too much right now here in Alberta because nobody wants to put in our pipelines. But my sister was the I'm paying for my reason. Yeah, exactly. My sister, though, was the mean, hurtful trouble. Like, I remember she would call my mom fat and just horrible for 1 minute. Why would I? Who are you, Marco? You're kind of creeping me out a little bit. Why do you want me to rev my engine? You love that sound? Okay, tell me what kind of vehicle it is. Oh my gosh. Yeah, like I was trouble, yes, but not mean. Like, I shouldn't say I didn't hurt anybody, but do you get what I'm trying to say? Which is funny because if any of you have seen Bart on my channel, my husband, he looks like this big burly biker guy. Never been in a fight in his life. Up until just a few years ago, didn't have any tattoos, anything like that. It's like his wiry wife. It's like, yeah, bar brawling, beer drinking. That's right, not on purpose hurt anyone. So, I'm not revving my car for a whole minute. Sorry, Marco. Plus, I'm going to have to skedaddle here soon. Thing 1 is just about done, or actually it's thing 2 that's in jiu-jitsu right now. Thing 2 will be done in jiu-jitsu, and then I got to pick up thing 1 at baseball. Country bad. That's right, country bad. Drinking in farms, going cow tipping, shooting shit bad. Rowdy, that's a good word. But yeah, but if you know Alberta, I grew up not far from Weebo Ludwig. We partied by his farm. I could tell you stories about that too. Riding in the back of a truck, yes. Through the fields, wasted, yes. 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 Oh my gosh. Oh, the crazy stuff we did. And I remember this, like, I was saying this the other day. Like, my son just turned 8, and I was probably 8 at the time when I got the keys to the truck to drive. Probably, how many miles would that have been? 10 miles? to go to like take my dad lunch in the field or something at 8 years old. Like, I remember having my butt perched on the edge of the seat to be able to reach the pedals and half standing to look out the window to drive, like on roads, to go out to the field. And I look at my 8-year-old son now and no. I'm like, Lord have mercy, what were our folks thinking? Riding on the back of a seed drill with a little hand broom to sweep all the grain down into the cedar. And meanwhile, you got harrows and stuff on the back. It's like, how are we not killed? Okay, Marco, I think you just might possibly be on the wrong stream. Answer this question, Marco. Why are we upset about rainbow eyebrows? We'll wait. I know, right? Like, we rode quads with no helmets and skidoos with no helmets, and my goodness, I don't let my boys ride their pedal bikes around the yard without a bike helmet on. I never owned a bike helmet in my life. It's so crazy. Don't be sorry, Marco. I'm just saying, I have a YouTube channel that you should see, maybe. We did the same thing. It's called Glowing Beauty Addiction. So we talk about beauty and I review products and beauty community drama and stuff. So revving engines, not quite the same. And I have the most fabulous, amazing husband in the entire world. But, so anyway, I see other moms arriving. I need to go get my thing too. Thank you guys so much for being here. Most of the time we did a lot of crazy things. Yeah, absolutely. Things kids should not do. We did it. Like, heaven forbid, we drank water out of the garden hose. Oh. Let's start an uproar. Anyway, I have to go get my thing too, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I love the car. Do you know what kind of car it is, Marco? Hit me up on Twitter if you know what kind of car I drive. Have a great night, everybody. Sorry, I apologize again for not having my tooth in. It's been a day. I've been busy, and it hurts, and I hope to get it fixed soon. But I have to go get my kid, and I love you all so, so, so much. Make sure you find me on Twitter, because we got to talk about Berta some more. So until next time, guys, love you so much. Bye.